played rook to e1. Bishop b4, e2, and then e5, just continually putting pressure on this pawn. Now, this is kind of a, I mean, I'm in a pretty bad spot. My position's pretty weak. Um, he plays really good really good chess. Um, so I played queen to d3 here. Um, and I believe that his best, his move should have been uh, queen takes the pawn, because by doing this, he is essentially he's forcing me to trade queens, and this game is completely over. I have no possible attack. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna put some crazy checkmate on him with two bishops and a knight or anything. Um, and he's at a huge advantage here with this extra pawn. Maybe not a huge advantage, but advantage enough. So he didn't do that. I guess I can say that he made a mistake. He was looking ahead, but he didn't see the mating combination that I actually did see, but played it wrong. So he took with the pawn. Okay, and now um, this is this is one of those situations where you have to study the board. And I mean, I had already done that. The queen d3 move was it was kind of obvious what I was going for, and I don't know if he just didn't pick up on it or if he figured if I were to make this move, maybe he figured that d3 was strong enough because he gets a rook, but he actually neglected to realize I had just a monster attack, just like storming in on his position. So I got queen g6 in, um, which was the point of me playing queen d3, which is why I think queen d4 is just necessary rather than ed. So here, I mean, I have an attacking position now, which is the whole point. You got to be creative and aggressive, and when you're pretty much a massive underdog, if you don't feel you have the an edge enough to outplay your opponent, you need to make some gambles. Um, or I mean, yeah, you can play, your absolute best, just play solid position and hope you win a tight, close game. But when you're grinding it out and you're not really putting too much pressure on him, he's gonna probably come out in the end on top. So I played queen g6, and then he played d3. So yeah, he puts me in check. He's gonna be up a rook, but he's again if he takes my rook, he's neglecting completely my positional edge right here with all the things I'm attacking. So I think this is a huge mistake, obviously. Um, but it's hard to see how messed up he is right now. So I bring the knight to f5. I mean, I'm obviously threatening checkmate. And he plays knight e8, protecting this pawn, clearly. And I looked at like every combination. I sat there and thought about it, and I'm like, I have this kid. I have him beat. I'm gonna get a giant upset. It's gonna get an upset prize, and it's gonna have a good tournament. This is the first game of the tournament, and I play knight h6, plays king h8. Now, thanks. Okay, well, he plays to here. And instead of making the correct play, which was queen to h6, I took the rook and completely misplayed it. After all the thinking, I totally blew it. So this is a spot where like you have it, you had it down, you really in your game, you have plenty of time. So just make sure you're thinking and you're making the combination in the right order. Um, I had queen h6 down. I didn't play it. I mean queen h5. I, the move should have been to here. Queen h5. Rather than taking the rook. And it's just so unfortunate that I was not able to make the right play. So we can go through why it's better. I'll just back up. By taking the rook, I let him off the hook. He just plays there and counters every checkmate I have. So I was supposed to put him in check, and then his king has one spot, in which case my queen comes back in, and then here it doesn't matter, and then he's dumping his queen. But also, just to go over, if you were to play here, still, still have a huge edge in this game. So yeah, so I was fine with the way I played the game up until then. For me to have had a chance to beat someone as good as he was just unbelievable, and I feel really bad about making that mistake. So, but I mean, it was 1 in a million chance that I was gonna win that game back then. But I did my game plan, and that was to be aggressive. But you got to make sure you're calculating your combinations correctly. You should always be looking for a better move. And when sometimes when a big exchange is happening, you just let it happen by playing really quickly, making that exchange, and you don't sit there and think about it. And that was just a huge mistake. So okay, so remember to send your emails of game notation, and I will go over them, and we'll look at some interesting spots, and hopefully we can find some maybe mistakes in our games. All right, good luck.